Welcome back everyone. Perut sudah penuh, sekarang mari kita isi minda ya. Thank you so much once again for being here in this platform. Let's get straight into our session ya. Next we want to bring in the support team, or rather your support team. This is a very important area that you all, the incoming presidents, need to know. To explain further on this, we will have now Assistant Governor Samantha Ann Sampson. She is from Rotary Club of Mont Kiara Gateway, and she's also the District Secretary to Public Image and Events. Together with her will be a set of team zooming in from various locations. Gentlemen, ladies, let's watch.
Thank you, Warren. Good afternoon, presidents and fellow Rotarians. I hope you had a good lunch this afternoon. And you know what? This session is one of the hardest sessions when everyone's got their eyelids really heavy. But we're going to go through some stuff with you all that's administrative in nature. And I hope you guys pick up what you need to know to help you move forward. You have a big team behind you to help you throughout your year and your build-up come July. So not to worry, we'll take you through this and we will have backup for you as the time goes by. All right, so first of all, I'd like to share with you your point of contact. Just remember this, presidents, you're not alone. You always have people to communicate with, whether via phone, SMS, email. But remember this, your first point of contact is your AG, all right? Your assistant governor. If you have any problems, any issues that you cannot solve, pick up the phone, talk to your assistant governors. They are there to help you. They're there to provide solutions. So don't feel shy and speak to them, all right? If all else fails and your assistant governor is not available, you can always call on us, your support team, the district secretariat. All right, we're also here. We have secretariats looking after various portfolios in the district, and they will be here to assist you. I will go through later all the secretariats in the district team who will be handling those different portfolios. Again, don't worry, you still have a third filter, and that's your district governor. She is also available here to help you and to assist you in solving your problems or in answering your queries and concerns. All right, so let me now just quickly introduce to you the entire secretariat team. First up, we have District General Secretary Murthy. Murthy comes from the Rotary Club of Greentown, and he is the principal liaison of the district. He is the main communications person between the district and Rotary International. All right, he also manages all the administrative stuff like My Rotary, Rotary Central, and the Registrar of Societies. Next, we have the district treasurer, Arvin. Arvin comes from the Rotary Club of Bandar Sungai Petani, and he basically takes care of all the finance, district budgets, and anything monetary. Next, we have Jaya. Jaya comes from the Rotary Club of Teluk Intan, and she takes care of all the club affairs and assistant governors. Henry, District Secretary Henry, is the man who takes care of all the governor's calendar, the newsletters, and the district handbook. We have Bernard from the Club of Bandar Sungai Petani, and he's the district secretary for Rotary Citation and IT support. All right, he will be there to also assist you in respect of doing your Rotary Club Central. And then there's me. As Warren mentioned just now, I'm the district secretary in charge of events and public image. Yep. We have Arthur. Arthur is from the Rotary Club of Kinta, and Arthur takes care of all youth affairs. right? That includes in-track, road track, and anything related therein. We have Rita, who's a district secretary for disaster relief, and she will be the secretary who will manage the finances and disaster relief for the district and Yayasan. And finally, we have the district secretary, Anil, who's also from the Rotary Club of Greentown, and he takes care of service committees and action groups. So this is a snapshot of all your district secretaries. I hope that we can put this in a JPEG image and get it sent out to all of you via WhatsApp, so you guys can save it. The phone numbers are there, so we're contactable anytime you need our help. Moving on, I just want to run through with you a little checklist on the administrative stuff you need to prepare leading up to July, right? So, presidents, if you could just give your attention here for a couple of minutes. All right, the district directory. This is one of the first things that you need to do. You need to provide your club details to the secretariat, and this will be uploaded to the district directory. All this will be done online, all right? So the person who will be chasing you for this is Secretary Henry. Next, we have My Rotary and Rotary Club Central. All right, these two platforms are very important, okay? We need everybody registered on these platforms. Presidents, secretaries, board members, and all Rotarians. This is the platform that we will use to update information, to get information, and to check statistics of clubs, right? So please, make sure all of you all are registered in My Rotary. It's a simple process. Just go in there, key in your details, and you will be part of it. Next is the district governor's visit. This is a visit compulsory for all clubs, and the governor, together with Secretary Henry, would have fixed dates for all clubs. So in due course, Henry will be informing all of you all when your dates are. So please do liaise with Henry as to when the governor will come and visit your clubs, right? Moving on, the governor's calendar. I will come to do in a bit on this and show you how you can actually book a date with the governor, okay? I'll come back to this. Rotary citation. Okay, this is what most presidents will achieve during the year, and this is picked up when you actually fill up your goals and update your achievements on Rotary Club Central. So hence, it's very important for you to continuously be updated and update your Rotary Club Central, okay? E-Roses. This is a statutory requirement where all board of directors have to be updated following your AGM for the year. Guys, remember, once you have your AGM for the year, you need to submit your audited accounts and your incoming board by February of the next year. Please remember, this is a statutory requirement. It needs to be done. All right, this is what I was saying, how to book your governor. We have come up with a sort of a simple form, online form, where you can actually book your governor for your club installations, your club projects or events, group projects or events, or district project events. Bindi will try her best to oblige all of you all in attending the events. However, we need to check and make sure there are no double bookings. So I'm just quickly going to share with you the link and the form that you'll need to do to fill up to book the governor. So we will be sharing this link with you all via WhatsApp, so you guys can click. And these are the forms that you will have to fill. It's a very simple form. Give your contact details, choose your date, and pick the event, and that's it. Submit it. It's as simple as that. But once it is submitted, General Secretary Henry will get in touch with you to confirm their dates and the availability of incoming Governor Bindi. All right? I hope you guys are okay up to there. These are some of the simple administrative processes that you will need to know. Goal settings, okay. I just want to share with you some statistics on goal settings as at January this year. And if you can see from the graph above, there are only about 50-odd% of presidents and secretaries who have actually reported their club officers. Guys, we need to push up on this, okay? We're only 50%. We are a couple months more to you taking office. So please get yourselves registered and update your reports of your club officers. This is also a statistic report come January of presidents and secretaries who are active in my Rotary. Again, our numbers are not very high. We're only sitting at about 50% and 40% each. So urge all of y'all to please, please, please log on and update your status. Okay, moving on. Something a little bit more serious. Recently, Rotary International had its board meeting, and due to the pandemic, many clubs were not having their face-to-face meetings. So they have now recommended that every club can amend their bylaws at a regular meeting. You don't need to call an AGM, you don't need to call an EGM. You can have a regular meeting and amend your bylaws to allow you to conduct your meetings on Zoom and hybrid, okay? Guys, what we have done is General Secretary Murthy has come up with a template of the amended bylaws. So if you can incorporate this, fill up the details. We will share this template with you, and you can get it adopted at your regular meeting and incorporate the amended bylaws. So please do take note that we would encourage all clubs to do this, because this will allow you then to have legally your Zoom meetings and hybrid meetings. All right, your resources. There are two main resources here. Rotary Center. Rotary Center is located in Kelana Jaya, Kelana Square in KL, and it's our main district office, so official address is there. And you can actually obtain your induction kits from there, the use of meeting rooms. It is also a collection center, and you can also get materials from there. So if you need more information on the Rotary Center, you can go to our portal, and you can check out information there and how you can actually book your meeting rooms. Brand Center is another useful resource. It is available again on My Rotary and Rotary Club Central. So it looks like you have no choice but to get yourself registered there, because all your branding needs are there. Videos, templates, logos, colors to use, and all your guidelines. I'm sure Public Image Z will be covering this area later on in the next sessions. Upcoming events. Okay, we have a couple of upcoming events. Today, of course, is the pre-pets, but coming end of April, on the 23rd, we'll be having the Pets, Sets, and Tats. That's the President-elect, Secretary-elect, and Treasurer-elect training seminar. And this is on the 23rd, followed by the District Training Assembly, which will be on the 24th and 25th of April. We will be going virtual on this. All right, the midterm review and the district conference has yet to be fixed, but we hope we will be able to come up with dates and as to whether we're going virtual or face-to-face. Do take note. And let's talk about money. I'd like to hand over this session to Arvin. Arvin's going to be zooming in from Sungai Petani. Arvin, are you there, Arvin?
Hi, Sam. I'm here. Thank you very much.
Over
Good
to
evening,
you,
everyone.
Arvin.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Good evening, everyone. All right. Let's get down to business. I will be sharing with you the draft budget for the Rotary year 21-22. This was prepared last week. We had given it to the designers, and there are some minor amendments which I will update as we go along. All right. To the first slide, as you can see, our projected income for the year. Okay, our main income will be from fixed deposit income, which is 31,000. This is significantly less compared to previous years because of the reduction in fixed deposit rates. I'm sure most of you who are banking are aware of that. And our district dues per Rotarian next Rotary year will be 151 ringgit, of which you can see the breakdown. It is fixed 9 ringgit per Rotarian, goes to district conference for the Rotary Center, 350 for disaster, 87 ringgit for training activities, and 42 ringgit 50 cents for other activities to run the district. Okay, and I have based the budget on 2,000 members. So let's hope that our membership does not drop too drastically on 30th June and we are 2,000 or more. All right. And we also have a small contribution from Yayasan Club Rotary Malaysia. They contribute 1,000 ringgit a month, 12,000 ringgit for our Rotary Center staff, Miss Patricia. Next slide, please. And takes our total income to 345,000. Now to the projected expenditure. The fixed deposit interest which we receive will be given back partially to the investment fund, because previously known as crocodile fund. Those are the terms, and 20,000 to YKKRM Yayasan. All right, and you can see the district conference subsidy, Rotary Center expenses. All this is listed out. Okay, disaster fund is based on the levy that we charge. Training activities is fixed because what we collect, we just allocate it for training. District conference as well the same. Rotary Center operating expenses, later I will bring you to the notes. This is the district activities others, that 42 ringgit 50 cents from the 151 ringgit. District training for youth, compliance costs, maintenance, district portal, allocation for district road track representative. DG's traveling expenses, here there's 4,000. Actually, this there'll be a slight increase to 4,500 ringgit instead. This is to cover the cost of the podium banners that each club will receive with the new theme. I believe you all have seen in your current clubs, each of you will receive, the budget is from there. The reason for the increase is because we project to have more than 90 clubs come 1st July. Then you have bank charges of 50 ringgit, Rotary Center staff, 43,811.40. The note to accounts will be explained later. IYE, the insurance for IYE, PDG Jewel, district awards, midterm review and AGM, membership development, public image, district secretariat, Berhad board meetings, governor's newsletter, and there's an additional 2,500 ringgit for the design and development of the district directory, which is being handled by past Assistant Governor Henry of the Rotary Club of Ipoh South. All right, so could I move to the next slide, please? Okay, so this was the earlier projection. We have added 3,000 ringgit in expenditure. So you will have, it'll be a deposit budget of 19,761.40 cents. Currently, based on current projections, we hope to cover this deficit either through the increase in membership later or savings in operating expenses throughout the year. Many of the things that I budgeted is the max at the higher end of what is possible. And could I move to the next slide, please? All right, notes to the budget. As I said, the district dues is based on 2,000 members. If we hit 2,500 by 30th June and on 1st July, we will have a comfortable surplus for the year. All right, our current amount in fixed deposit is 1.5 million. You can see the breakdown: investment fund, disaster fund, and the accumulated fund. Fixed deposit interest is to be paid to Yayasan and to the district investment fund. Our Rotary Center expenses come to 18,000, assessment, utilities, and maintenance. The detailed breakdown will be given when the budget is presented to you all to share with your clubs. This I hope to do by the end of March or early April, so that it will be voted on at the district training assembly. The district training for youth, the 12,000 ringgit, the breakdown is there. RILA, Rotary Conference, Interact Assembly, and training for Interact teacher and Rotarian advisor. Next slide, please. All right, these are your compliance costs: secretarial fees, accounting, audit, tax, and public liability insurance. Basically, this I have taken the exact figures from the previous budget. All right, so there will be savings. This, as I said, is the high end of things, so we should save some money there. District portal, yes, 10,000 ringgit for domain name, hosting, and subscription. And the Rotary Center staff, the breakdown of her salary. Okay, so we have the monthly expenditure, annual expenditure, and Miss Patricia enjoys medical benefits of 360 ringgit. And next slide, please. Any questions? Basically, this is just a draft budget, what we have drafted out. We are still finalizing, and we hope to come to a final decision by either end of this month or early April at the latest, so that you will have about 2 to 3 weeks to present your clubs before it's voted on at incoming District Governor Bindi's District Training Assembly. I see there is one question from IPDG Leo. Are you sure the club's banners are from DG's training allowance? That's what incoming District Governor Bindi has informed me. She would like the money to come from, she will use the traveling allowance for that. But if there are any changes, I will update as we go along over the next 2 to 3 weeks when we finalize the budget.
Thank
Okay,
you,
no other
Arvin.
questions?
Do
Yes,
we
sir.
have any questions? No questions? All right, thank
Sam.
you.
Thank
We're
you.
done.
Samantha, sorry, we have got this question that just came by. Interesting question though. Clubs are paying US $9 as levy, and also a budget of $43,000 is allocated, yeah, under the budget. So for Rotary Central staff, what does she do? Is the question that they asked.
Arvin, you want to take on this question, Arvin?
Okay. Basically, she handles all the administrative matters. This is something that I believe is also increasing as we go along. So most of the time, it was done by Rotarians itself. Since we've had it the last few months, basically anything any record keeping, issuance of receipts. This is what I know, and I also believe that General Secretary Murthy will be assigning her duties, even maybe anything to do with administration of district. You can ask her to assist. That's
Thank
what
you,
it's going
Arvin.
for.
Yep.
And the 9 ringgit for the levy is not for her salary. The 9 ringgit of the Rotary Center levy is for Rotary Center expenses. Things like the maintenance, electricity, utilities, those things. Her salary is budgeted separately.
Thanks, Arvin. Iswaran, do we have anything else?
That's all.
We're
Thank you.
good? Any more questions from the floor?
Can I add to what is Warren's query about the salary of the thing? Actually, Yayasan Malaysia is subsidizing the salary. They are paying us 1,000 every month, just to clarify that. So it's not
I
totally
mentioned
on
under the income. There's 12,000 ringgit in the income column just now.
Yep.
The first slide, I believe. No, before that, earlier, under the income. Yeah, you can see point number 3, YKKRM contribution to staff salary. It's there.
Did that answer your question?
Okay.
Okay. If there's no other
right.
questions, that's it for me. And back to you, Warren.
Thank you so much, Sam. Next, we have Rotary Days of Service. And to present this, we have past President Tajul Haslam connecting all the way from Perlis. Of course, with incoming Assistant Governor Paul New and incoming Assistant Governor Yap Fat Lam. Let me share a little bit about them. Yeah, Tajul, he is from Rotary Club of Perlis, and he's the chair for community service. Paul New, He is from Rotary Club of Bukit Bintang. He joined Rotary in the year 2004. His vocation, export trading, and his wife is Li Lian. He has got two lovely children, Yi Ren, 19 years old, and Heron, 16 years old. Yap Fat Lam joined Rotary in 2010, Rotary Club of Bukit Bintang, and then chartered Rotary Club of Bukit Angkasa on 12 January 2018. His wife, Amanda Ding, and he has got four lovely children. Javen Yap, 24 years old, Julia Yap, 21 years old, Joyce Yap, 17, and Jane Yap, 15 years old. So, Tajul, all yours.
Okay.
Right, Tajo, you start.
Yeah, Tajo. Can you hear?
Can you hear Tajo?
Yes.
Tajo,
Okay,
can you
guys.
Yeah,
start?
Tajo, can start now.
Hello,
Yes, yes.
hello, hello. Okay.
Right.
Thanks, Warren, district trainer and team. Good evening, everyone. Incoming president. How are you? And how are your training seminar? I hope you guys are ready to be a president. Take it easy and don't worry so much. We are here for you. Okay, guys. My name is Tripi Tajo. As an incoming district community service chairman, together with me today, IAG Fat Lam from Bukit Angkasa
Yes.
and IAG Paul from Bukit Bintang. We are going to share with you regarding a Rotary Day. So guys, what is Rotary Day all about? It's a day to show our project, to show our existing, and to introduce to the largest community that we are Rotary. And third, motivate in the action. And we initiate a Rotary Friendship Exchange, introduce and launch an international community service activity, and encourage support for Polio Plus and other Rotary Foundation programs. Next.
Next slide. Next slide.
Right.
Okay, guys. That's why on Rotary Day, this time, we come up with Mission 117. So what is Mission 117? This is our mission, guys.
Next.
So, as I said, what is Mission 117? It's a 117-hour service marathon, a project in conjunction with celebrating on 117 years of Rotary. And guys, actually where we are going to start and when.
Reverse a bit.
The slideshow is too fast, yeah, guys.
So fast.
Okay.
Okay, guys. The project kickstart will be in Perlis, and Perlis will host for the district the event. And when we start this project from Perlis and
Reverse back.
all the way up to Tampin, and we will
Reverse,
end up
reverse.
to Rotary Central. Guys, this project you can do anywhere with any platform, physical or virtual, doesn't matter. Guys, so I'm going to pass to my friends Pak Lam to continue the presentation.
All right,
Pass
thank you,
to you.
Tajo. Thank you, Tajo. There are more than 100 ways of celebrating Lottery Day of Service. Basically, there are some samples which have been done by the district, and we started the launch from 19th of February up to 23rd of February. The sample project, we can actually launch in Kanka, and then we can have the cook and feed the orphanage. And also can distribute don't drink and drive leaflet to the motorists. If we can have doing the Roto Royong for the all folks home, and also book donation drive, and read the books with the children at the cancer hospital. We can even do the tree planting at the Rotary Peace Park. And also, there's a Bodison beach cleaning up and distribution of hygiene bag for the homeless at Klang. And distribution of breakfast pack for the public service on duty in Penang. And we have fun walk and service hours countdown at Rotary Square, Kuala Lumpur. And this is only a sample we have been for the district to be carried out for the projects. All right, who can doing this? We want all the Rotary clubs, 90 Rotary clubs, 35 Rotary clubs, and 25 Interact clubs in the district to be involved, where at least 25% for participation from non-Rotarian to plan and execute a project at their own or join at their own preference date and time and within the range. On the day of service, club can do multiple Rotary Day of Service project at club level, at group level, at inter-club level. Any club project can be elevated into Rotary Day of Service as long as it met the criteria and recorded on Rotary Showcase for certificate from Rotary International. For example, environment, mental health, pride of workmanship, and all be elevated to Rotary Day of Service at club level. For district-wide, all clubs will be required to participate in the 117 hours of service culminating on the 23rd February 2022. All right, next, on how to participate, I will invite IAG Paul to do the next. Yeah, Paul, please.
Okay. Guys, President, actually, as per incoming DG that Winnie was speak early, not to worry about how to do a project. Basically, this Rotary Day of Service is actually fall in our Rotary Day in, Day out activity. But you just need to comply with some minimum requirement from that. The idea is actually start getting the ideas. If you want to take part in a district event later, just log in the time, date, and talk to Tajo. And start planning, update in the RI roadshow, and later you celebrate the completion for that. Next slide. This is the minimum. They have about 9 guidelines here. You need to comply with the 3 minimum of these 9 here. And the first actually align with the UN International Day. If you log into the you log into the United Nations website, you will be found out United Nations been celebrate 100 over International Day. Give you an example, like International Women Day, International Water Day, and the list was go on. That's why if you do a project aligned with one of these, actually you are qualified for that. Second is actually an area of focus. As you know, next Rotary year endorse a new focus or area, which is in supportive the environment. Now we have a total 7 area of focus. You can plan the project accordingly. Third is actually the area of empowering the girl. In this, basically, you can do any project empowering girls in economy area, social economy, education, their health, politics, psychology, and the list was go on. I believe President-elect, you have many ideas to do so. The next is actually plan your event or your project with the non-Rotary organization. The NGO, the community, the local community, semi-government or government from that. Next is actually community discussions. In order to make a project sustainable in the long term, it's good to involve with the local community to discuss their need for that. Next, actually, opportunity or service for the family and participant. Basically, this is try to provide a service to all the family and the adult. Next is actually after you do and plan all the project, make sure you share in the social media with the hashtag, Facebook, Instagram, and you can also share in our Rotary Roadshow. The next is actually follow up with the non-Rotarian participation. That your project, you need to have 25% of a non-Rotarian, and you have this opportunity to convert this non-Rotarian to become a Rotarian. Next slide. And this is the last. If you have a post or your project in the Rotary Showcase, you will be eligible for the certificate of recognition. This is a web myrotary.org. For the following presentation, I would like to pass to Tajo for continue the presentation. Next to you, Tajo.
Okay, guys, thanks. Yeah, and Paul. Okay, guys, this is the partner that we hope. Yeah, we are going to hope for ministry, media partner, NGOs, corporate, and maybe some other foundation to be part of us. But we hope with this cooperation of all committee and Rotarian, we can make sure they or other be our partners. Guys, why I say that we need partner and why I stated that only ministry, media, NGOs, corporate and foundation, because this is your project, okay? So it's up to you. Maybe you want to collaborate with Ministry of Education. Maybe you want to collaborate with Ministry of Youth, okay? And then why I stated Media Prima, because in Media Prima, they have a lot of media partner inside there. Maybe NST, TV3, or other channels, NGOs, because this is part of a requirement to meet up 25% is non-Rotarian. So we can make our project is more impact with collaboration with other NGOs. And why I say, I give example as Nestle as our corporate partner. It's not only Nestle. There can be other corporate partner. Because as I say, this is your project. This is not district project. District only provide as platform as to you guys. And why I say corporate partner as Nestle? Because maybe some club will ask us, is it any budget for our project? No, we are not going to provide any budget. Because no matter big or small, as long as you are doing project. That's why dalam arti kata Rotary not providing any budget. So we hope that if we got any corporate partner like Nestle, maybe they can supply us on good things, or maybe food basket or something else. From that, maybe we can help other clubs that don't have budget, don't know what to do. Maybe we can supply this to you guys. This is what I'm thinking. So to get a corporate partner, foundation partner like CIMB Foundation or other foundation, even what they call ECOMAS and some others. Next, guys.
Next.
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 So guys, this is part of showcase example that has been done by Rotary Club of Bandar Sungai Petani, Rotary Club of Petaling Jaya, Rotary Club of Kampung Baru, Rotary Club of Georgetown, and Rotary Club of Bukit Angkasa. So guys, I cannot put all club punya project inside this presentation, but this is an example to you guys. I mean, they have a variety of project that you can do. So, as I said, no matter big or small, as long as we do project and we serve. Next. Okay, guys. This is challenge, okay? This is not challenge to me, but challenge you guys, your club. So, as Shekta Mekta said, I challenge every club to plan and host at least one practical and action-oriented Rotary Day of Service during the year of 2021 until 2022 of Rotary year. The event should address a challenge of facing your community that fit in one or more Rotary area focus and bring together volunteers within, outside, and out of Rotary. Okay?
Next.
Guys, I hope that we can serve during our Rotary Day next year. We serve in a cheerful and harmonious atmosphere. And after we serve, we celebrate our accomplishment. Next. Okay, guys. At this moment, we just share what our ideas for the Rotary Days. But we will update you guys when it's done. For the further information or any inquiry regarding this project, you can contact me directly. I give my number over there and my email address. And you also can contact IAG Fatlam. You can contact Paul New to ask regarding any question. But don't worry, you can ask after this also if you have any thought or any question. Okay? Thanks, guys. So, guys, let's make it happen. Not for me, not for district, but for our community, for you guys. So, make our contribution and service to the community is something beautiful. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, make it happen.
Okay, over to you, Warren.
Yeah.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tajul, Paul, and Fatlam. That was indeed interesting. Yeah, we will now dive into yet another interesting area. Yeah, this is going to be a panel discussion with 5 current presidents. Now, what is the plan? We are going to talk about their challenges, and also they are going to share with us a couple of insights that they may have in leading a club. So this is for you guys, the incoming presidents, yeah? So to do this, we have got past President Mahat, Ahmad, as the moderator. Now, Mahat is with the district training team, yeah, and he is also with Rotary Club of Kampong Baru City Center. Now, let us welcome Mahat, and he will introduce the panelists.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians and incoming presidents, and welcome to this very interesting and exciting session. It's going to be a panel discussion entitled Leading a Club, the Challenges and Insights. My name is Mahat Ahmed, and I'm from the Rotary Club of Kampong Baru City Center. Now, together with me, I've got 5 current presidents who are joining me this afternoon. 2 of them here with me in the studio, and 3 of them will be joining me on Zoom. Right, so why do I say this is going to be interesting and exciting? Because it is something I wish I actually had the opportunity to go through, to kind of experience before I took office. Because what we plan to do is we want them to actually share some of the current challenges that they basically face, and that's why I want you all current president, incoming presidents to lock in while we zoom in on all these challenges and all the ideas they want to share with us. So we've got 5 unique, different clubs. I'm going to introduce the presidents shortly. But these clubs we've got Alosta, that has been around more than 50 years. And we've got a recent club that actually, chartered less than 5 months. That is the RC Pandamaran. And of course, in between, we've got clubs that have been around 7 years and 6 years and all that. So let me just introduce these 5 current presidents. Joining me here in the studio, I've got President Chu from Ara Damansara. And I also have President Tilaga from RC Pandamaran. And in Zoom, we've got President Padma Devi from Rotary Club of Ipoh South, a.k.a. Chris. And one who is from Rotary Club of Alosta, as well as Dr. Janet, President Dr. Janet from Alpha Ampang. Now, I'm going to start with you guys here in the studio. So some of the questions that we want to know is some of the challenges that you faced and how you overcame those challenges in terms of projects, fundraising, all of that, right? And planning, preparation. So, Chu, I'm going to start with you. It's just going to be a casual discussion. So, Chu, what I would like you to tell us is that, when you were preparing before you took office, that is a bit challenging. I know there are incoming presidents now that just recently joined a couple of months ago, and some of them have already done their preparation. They've got planned. Some are in the midst of it. So I know you told me this, but in the retelling of that story, I want you just to tell us some of the in preparing for your year, when you look back now, some of the things you said, you sometimes think, I wish I actually looked at that. And also, besides pre-pets, right, and training, what else was helpful for you? Or if you were to go back in now, what other help or resources would you have asked for or needed?
Thank you, Mahat. Thank you for this opportunity to share with. Hello, fellow Rotarians. My name is Chu, current president of Ara Damansara. I think before I roll into the question, I just want to share a little background of how the difficult birth of my club, Rotary Club of Ara Damansara. We are a club that is only 4 years and 4 months old. It was chartered in 2016. And we split from another Rotary Club. Yeah, and at the time, I think at the district, it was not encouraged, or rather shall I say frowned upon, to split a club. Yeah? Unlike now, where it is encouraged, yeah? As long as Rotarians stay within Rotary Club and form a new club, that is okay. Yeah? So only 4 years old, and for me to plan my years, right, we have small budget fundraise from beginning, and COVID-19 hit us. Yeah? Luckily, I planned early. Yeah? I summarize my 4 challenges that I face here. Number 1, as I begin my Rotary year, I already lost 5 members. I'm still -1 at this moment. Yeah, and I've set myself in the beginning to grow by 6 members, and I have a -1, a long way to go. All right. The second thing is that with COVID-19, we're unable to do any fundraising at all. So that means that we have to dig deep into the fund that we raised in the beginning, that 2 years ago and 3 years ago. Yeah. So luckily at that time, yes, we managed to do a charity golf fundraising in Damansara. So that was where we had to dig deep into our pocket. Yeah. The third challenge I would say is that the nature of the project that we want to do was to give free cataract surgery for old folks. Can you imagine? I have to ask my Rotarians, please, can you bring the old folks, go to old folks home and bring them to the hospitals, 2 hospitals in Shah Alam and PPUM, to actually do that. In the process, not only they are exposing themselves and the old folks to potentially contracting COVID-19, right? The logistics is also very challenging actually to do that, yeah? And luckily, my Rotarians were able to rise to the challenge, and they actually helped us with this, yeah. Yeah. So the fourth challenge I shall say is something very personal. Yeah, I find that because I run a small consulting business, my time away from business to run Rotary, to take care of Rotary matters, members' issues and things like that, means I have less time for my business, time for my family as well. Yeah. So to me, this is something that you, incoming president, will face as well. Yeah. There will come the conflicts, but it's how you do the planning, yeah? So this is, when I was invited by Mahat to share in this panel, I think of a formula of 4 alphabet. It's simply called PAL, P-A-A-L. So P stands for planning. The first one is planning. I actually started my planning when I was president-elect. Just like you now, in the month of March, I started planning early, yeah, and I find very useful a year planner, which I did when I was a past secretary before. Yeah, so depending on the year planner, and I have a budget, and as a trained engineer, I'm a very systematic person. I like to have a system structure and things like that. So planning is good. Yeah, so we have the planning. With the planning, the next is A. A is for act. Act according to your plan, yeah? And just go ahead and do, yeah? And I encourage incoming presidents, start working with your president now. Start leading the club, leading the members, yeah? Let them see you are in action. Take a small projects and lead them now as incoming presidents, yeah? So they're used to it. The next A is adjust. You have a plan. COVID-19 hit me, and I have to adjust along the way. Yeah, I have to adjust how I'm going to carry out my project. I cannot just stick to my plan. Yeah, and by adjusting, also the budget as well, things will move because I don't have the luxury of the earlier budget, so I have to adjust along the way. And the last one is L, stands for legacy. Yeah, if you can help just one person, go ahead and one person. Help one person for one day is fine. You can help 10 person to make change in their life, go ahead and do that. Yeah, absolutely. And in my case, my past president, he planted the seed for REF. Today, we have 4 SPM students sitting for the exams. Yeah, wow. And I started the Gift of Sight. Yeah, as I planned last year, I identified my Sifu as someone as a president from the Rotary Club of Damansara West, because I want to do Gift of Sight, and I learned from him how to carry that out. Yeah, so that's a legacy that I want to leave, and I think about that. So incoming presidents, remember, there will be challenges along the way, but if you stick with P, double A, L, then you can leave a legacy and you enjoy your year. Yep.
I love that. You know, the A stands for what again?
The first A is act. Act upon your plan.
Act, as in, yeah, the first A. The
Yeah.
second A.
The second A is adjust.
Adjust.
Adjust. Yeah.
You know, I'm reminded of this very famous quote which goes, planning is everything, but the plan is nothing. Which means you got to continuously work on that plan, right? Because it's not set in stone, right? Because a lot of us, we plan and then we just put it aside, and then a lot of changes happen, confront us, and then, you know, we just go along. So I love the second A as well, which is basically adapt.
Yes.
And,
The adapt is important because along the way, we will face a conflict of timing, conflict within the members as well.
Absolutely.
Conflict within our own time and
Absolutely.
opportunities. There will be new opportunities coming.
Right.
District will organize some projects, right? And that may be an opportunity when you meet someone who introduces you from another organization, NGO, work with them.
Yes.
That's fantastic, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's where you maybe have to detour again from your plan, but if you don't have a plan, that's
Absolutely.
difficult. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Chiu, well said. But the second part of the question was also, you know, going through the training like pre-pets and other trainings, was that, you know, helpful if you were to look back, you know, what else would you have wished that, you know, you needed the kind of support?
I think the pre-pets training is wonderful, yeah. The things that I do not get from my professional work or my business, whatever it is, are things of running of a club, right? Running a club means that the ROS, Registrar of Society, yeah, income tax, the tax returns and all these things,
Yes.
right? I'm not an administrative person and things like that. But when I attend the pre-pets training, yeah, not only at the local regulatory requirement to ensure that this club, yeah, so because when we started our club, we wanted that this club will have a legacy, will have a foundation, will have a tax exemption in future, things like that. So we felt that we want to leave a long legacy. So we start right with all these ROS and yeah. So that's something I learned. We learned from the pre-pets, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there
good,
was,
yeah.
You know, and you get to do it, I mean, hands-on.
Hands-on,
right?
yes, right,
So as you mentioned, with, you know, maybe a corporation, you're not involved in that part of the, you know, the business. But here you get it hands-on.
Yes.
Right. So, you know, Chiu, interesting points. I'll come back to you. I've got President Tilaga here from RC Pandamaran. Tilaga, you know, I love your story because not long ago, you know, you guys had some ups and downs, a bit of challenges. But now you're here with a new club that you have chartered together with your team of members. I want you to share with us, you know, I mean, because you know what, it's not easy, it wasn't easy, and I'm sure, you know, a lot of people thought, Tilaga, can you do that? You sure? All that, so, I mean, you're here now, and what could you share with, you know, incoming president in terms of, you know, taking up their role and, you know, working with you know, members, and as far as that's concerned, what did you learn through that process, and even as you basically continue this journey into, you know, June?
Okay, thank you, Mahat, and good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Here, I would like to start off. I'm the charter president of Rotary Club of Panamaran. Yes, we are just 5 months old, and obviously we went through a lot of struggle. Okay. Here, what happened is, formerly I was from another club. Okay, what happened, we had some hiccups, such as in administrative. RI dues, Rotary International dues, and district dues were not paid by the club. And due to that, we had also problem with ROS until ROS wanted to dissolve our club. So I had brought in lots of members to that club. So what happened there is I do not want to just let go the members like that from that club. What I did is we wanted to form another club with the help of district. Yes, we did form another club. That's Rotary Club of Panamaran. It was chartered on 28th of August. Again, there was another struggle. In that territory, they were not so happy that another new club is going to come up. But yes, we proved. Just in 5 months' time, We had 50 projects completed, and we are very happy. I have a very strong team. My board of members, my team, my Rotary Club of Panamaran, everybody is very supportive, Mahat.
Yeah.
And
that's
really
really
achieved.
nice. That's really beautiful, you know. But let me just interrupt for a moment, if you
Yeah.
don't mind, because you know you've been here 2 years, and you know when someone goes through that, right? They just give up and leave. But you decide to stay in Rotary. I mean, what's that? Can you just tell us?
Obviously, the
Why?
love,
I mean, just
the
share with
love,
us. The
love
love,
for
you
Rotary,
know.
the passion
Yeah,
we had,
just-
and the spirit.
Yep.
Yes, all members had the spirit. The teamwork, yeah, we did lots of projects, and one of our best project was end polio. We did the biryani thing, and we had delivered all biryanis, 150 packs, within 2 hours, all location from Klang to Rawang to Batu Caves. Everybody had their meal by 1 p.m. So we had a very good teamwork at that point of time. We split, everyone did their job, 2 in a car, we did it, and we were very happy. And we did good donation to end
Fantastic.
polio.
And you've got a lot of young people. I mean, I just want to understand, what's the ethos? I mean, what, you know, getting all these people together and, you know, all that, the drive, and if you
Yeah,
could just,
because yes,
you know,
young
the
members,
coming
of
together
course.
and all that. So-
Young members, that's of course. And the spirit is there. You see, every now and then they'll be calling me, President, are we going to do, what's our next project? What are we going to do? You know, they come up like that. Everyone works. It's not only the project director does his job for projects, all the team members work together. So it's basically a very good teamwork. And of course, we have our fellowships where we meet up every now and then. Even though due to pandemic, we were still meeting up in my house. We had our potlucks, gatherings, birthdays, everything was celebrated together. And we kept things together. Even recently for Women's International Day, I should thank my club. They gave me a beautiful photo collage with a little bit of write-up of what I did to them. So what was my impact to them? So I was very happy, very proud of that.
But it's not always rosy, right? I mean, so,
Yes.
but it's been 5 months now. What are the 1 or 2 things you think sometimes, my God,
yeah.
this is like, I mean...
Sponsorship, of course, due to this pandemic.
Right.
Okay, we can't get enough sponsors. We do have, but very little bit what I meant.
So,
you know?
but I heard you said you're doing a lot of projects, and so how do you, I mean, manage that?
Projects in the sense like we feed the homeless every
Right.
month.
Okay.
Okay, we get sponsors on food.
Okay.
If we don't get, then all the members will chip in, and we
Nice.
will start feeding the homeless.
Nice.
Yeah. But now, after knowing us from the Rotary Club of Panama, from the Facebook, in fact, so social media, we are very active. So people went through it and they started calling us and saying that you guys are doing such a good job. We want to donate.
Okay.
So that's where we get our sponsors.
Great, great. Thank you very much, Tila. I'll come back to you. Now
All
let's
right.
just
Thank
leave
you.
Klang Valley and go up north to Alosta. One, can you hear me, One?
Yes, can. Yes, how are you?
One, good afternoon, One. You know, you belong to a pretty old club. You know, you guys have been around. What does it feel like, you know, running a club with that history and, you know, I mean, managing things? And if you could also share, how are things in your side, you know, region? And basically, so what are the challenges currently and how are you dealing with it day to day?
Okay. Since I joined Alastar Club since 2016, so what I see that I'm joined a very senior and experienced club. While I believe like myself like a small fish swimming in a big pond. But we are quite lucky. All the members are very cooperative and all of them are very, how to say, well versed what's meaning of Rotary in their minds. So I have a good leaders, good guidance, and then good fellowships with all of them. And that's how we see. Like today, all of us we organize a big project with SW Corp, Bomba Malaysia, and few volunteers. We're doing a fire preventive and environmental health program. Average is about 250 resident came, and the event all runs smooth due to the support of all the members. So we achieve our our goals of having these programs. It's a very big event today after the MCO.
What are
Okay,
some of the projects what's your focus now? I mean, if you could just share with us some of the projects on the ground and the challenges there.
So far, we had few programs in the pipelines, and however, due to the MCO, like Chiu said just now, is hindering us for getting more funds and fundraising now. So that's one of the issues been blocking our ways to move get more smoother than before. However, we do have some remaining funds in our account, and this thing will be moved on since PK and the MCO is now shifting already to bersyarat already. So you can see the activities can be moved on in the due course lah. And in fact, we are suggesting to the districts and all to our members lah. Okay, before we move on to the bigger project or in the future endeavors, I'd like to share some of the issues that like we need to have a few changes in our mindsets. One of the changes that I wish to suggest is we should have a big paradigm shift where in
This
order
is
for us,
for overall, is it like you're saying we as in like all of us here, I mean, presidents, just to be, like specific. I mean, the
it's
mindset. Okay.
basically it's more general, more general statements.
Yeah.
Like paradigm shift now, because we are changing from analog to digital. Okay, they want all of us accepted, and then once we are changed to that manner, we must have a paradigm shift on our mind also. What are we going to do next now? When we have this kind of paradigm shift, like we have to change the frequency level, we among the colleagues, among the members, and then we must find a level of tolerance, how we want to manage it and make sure that everyone is come in as a team. So there are certain cases where some of the members are not clear what we are trying to do or something because we do not have a good bonding of changing up in a paradigm shift. This is the thing lah. I believe other club also facing a similar thing. So when they do a project, maybe one or two really excited, another one or two just sitting on the fence. Maybe just sharing ideas lah. Of course, this is not overnight issues lah, but for me, it's paradigm shift to have a mindset to move on. Is among the what I call strategy need to be implemented first in house before we go out.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Because sometimes, you're passionate about, as a president, you have a project, you're very excited about that particular project, but then you only have 2 or 3 people supporting you. Others, not so much. What do we do? I mean, like, how do you communicate? How do you inspire? How do you get the message across? Because I'm sure you're having successes in some areas, and in some areas, maybe not so much. So let me just move to Ipoh. I'm going to invite President Padma. Padma, I see you on Facebook. The activities, the projects you guys are carrying out is fantastic. I love it. But, could you just tell us what are some of the challenges in getting all these projects off the ground? And I'm sure you're pretty new to Rotary, I'm sure as well.
Yeah.
And,
So can you hear me? Can you hear me, Manat?
Yes. Come in. Yeah. We can hear you.
Loud and clear. Okay.
Yeah. Take it away.
Good afternoon to the entire committee team of the prepads for chosen Rotary Club of Greece to perform at the seminar today. Okay. Thank you, Manat. Okay. Definitely, as per the previous president spoke, I do have challenges. It's something new. I'm only a 3 years old baby to the club. And the whole entire thing is something new for me. Everything is new. I'm actually, I didn't know what is past president, PP, PAG, AG, and everything new. So the first time I attended, I was appointed as the secretary. I'm still blur. So actually, I'm not supposed to be the president. Someone else supposed to be the president. I'll jump in when the person back off. So I have no choice. So I did ask my past president, am I the right person? Can I do it? Because I'm still new. Am I the right person? Can I do it? They say, you can do it. Then I say, if I take over the responsible, I make sure I justify whatever I does. I doesn't want to be the puppet president and doesn't want to do anything, just one or two projects. As I have experience working with other NGOs, I do every year I do more than 300 projects in other NGOs. So when it comes to Rotary Club of Ipoh South, I believe most of the project is done like, you need to do 5 or 6 projects a year is just enough. Actually, it's not enough. When we are serving the community, we need to show them we are there all the time. We are not like, when we do the project, we don't do for, 1 month once, 2 months once. So we only exist just a few couple of months in a year. So it's not a purpose to be there. And moreover, I believe it's a sharing. We need to change. We need to change our mindset. We need to change the culture and also the protocol. When we want to do, I have a setback. When I want to do a project, I need to bring to the board meeting, and all members need to approve to get it on. So when it comes to the board meeting, you need to have, sometimes 1 week, 2 times, and it will drag and drag. And it might take 1 month or 2 months. It's very difficult. At the beginning, yes, I have a lot of setback. In fact, I wanted to give up. But I told to myself, yes, you took up the presidency, you need to go for it. You have to justify on your sitting. So this is where we are. And we need to engage. We need to engage with government departments. We need to engage with other NGOs. We need to engage with other local communities to show us that we are there. And of course, as a very good platform in Facebook, in the multimedia, we need to update all the time, and we have to give a press conference so that the press also another part working together with us, engaging with us to highlight our club. So this is what. Manat, thank you.
Thank you, Padma. I'll maybe come back to you. The point you raised is, I hear it sometimes. And obviously, you're new. Obviously, when you see all these, the structure-wise and all that in Rotary, you may kind of resent certain things. But now, so far, okay, adapted already? Used to it? Or still?
Yes. I'm used to it, and I also get my members to engage. At the beginning, they say, no, you can't do this. I cannot run along with you. You're too fast. Yes, I have, but you're running beside me.
As you were sharing with us, I was looking at you. Chu, I don't know, you were like kind of disagreeing with her. I mean, you're pretty new as well in Rotary, but you've got it like you were telling me, Mahat, the structure is important in Rotary. It helps us, the whole planning and all. So it works for you. So you like it.
Yeah.
I want to hear your viewpoint on that.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you, Padma.
Yes. Thank you, Mahat. Yes, I agree to disagree with Papa on that because I, for one, I like the structure. Yeah, to me, even organize my meetings.
Sorry, let's just make it clear. When we talk about structure, what do we mean? Meetings,
meetings and planning as well.
Okay.
Planning for a project. Yeah, to me, in Rotary, what differentiates Rotary from other NGOs? There are many NGOs that's come up due to this pandemic and also the recent years. Yeah, so what Rotary, an organization has been existing for the last 115 years, right? We should be doing something impactful. And to do something impactful, not only you need money, you need clear planning, and you need to have resources, the manpower to do this, and which is why I feel that, plus the second point is that we are raising money from the public. And therefore, when we dispense the money, we should be accountable for it. Yeah, that's why we have a board, not just a 2% or 3% decide how the money is spent, but rather it should be a board of number of people, 7 or 8 people to decide this money, how to be spent.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, in a way I agree with you, Chu. Rotary is not perfect, Rotary is not bulletproof, but but the system works. And Padma, in coming back to you, right? You mentioned about that part, but Padma, you get a lot of things done. I follow you guys, your club. You guys are very active.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have senior members in Rotary, in your club that have been around.
Yes.
How do you get these people on board with you? The senior members. Because you're getting stuff done. If you're not getting stuff done, I would assume that Padma, it's not working. Yeah, you're stuck. But since you're always on the move, what's the secret here?
What's the secret? Definitely a teamwork, like I can say it's a teamwork. At the beginning, yes, as I said before, I have a setback. Later on, we work as a team. We work at this, as a team. We share a lot of things. When I don't know something, especially when that's why I say I'm still new in overall. When you need to key into the system, when you need to do letters, you need to, you need to do the ROS side. So I learn rather than putting everything to the one person. I say, okay, come, let me learn. This is a platform. It's a very good platform for me to learn. So I have a guidance from my AG, Kamarul from PAG, Henry. He helps me a lot in terms of my paperwork, in how to go by. When I draft my reports, I do send to him to vet through whether it's okay or not. This is the way to send or not. They do help me from behind. So I'm taking this opportunity to thank all my members. Even though I have 1 or 2 members is not coming in, but still we can run. We are the smallest club, I believe, 8 of us, but we still, the numbers are not important. Is the teamwork is the important. So
Absolutely, absolutely, Padma.
yeah, yeah.
Chu, back to you now. Dr. Janet, I'll come back to you. Just bear with us give me a moment. Chu, question to you. In your club, how many Chus are there?
Not many.
You get the point. You know my
Yeah.
question.
Yes, I know, yes.
What do I mean is, how many people who are like you, who think like you, because the next question is, how do we introduce the PAL concept, PAAL
Yes.
concept to members or to people who feel this whole, Rotary, the structure is a burden to them? How do we, get it across to them?
I guess this is what Rotary is all about. Yeah, it's an opportunity for leadership. Yeah, I will pull new members, especially new members, to take on leadership position. Yeah, and those who are more senior members who have not actually taken leadership position, I'll give them the responsibility so that they will feel part of it, and naturally they will come on board to take on some of this. Another thing is what I like about the PETS training is that there are a lot of emphasis on the strategic planning. The strategic planning is where we identify the pipeline of leaders incoming. Yeah, so that's where if we involve them early, I had the opportunity to be secretary for 3 terms. Yeah, that's because I was pushed to it, also cornered to it. But I think more of this we need to do, rather than just one person trying to do many roles, things like that. We should, the president should actually get more pipeline of leaders to come on board and to start early. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And guys, as you heard it there, he said all the topics in pre-PETS, as well as also we have, of course, a session dedicated to strategic planning, which is coming up for you. So keep that in mind. Now, let me just go to other side of Klang Valley. Now we have Dr. Janet, who's also joining us from Zoom. Good afternoon, Dr. Janet. How are you doing?
Hi,
Were you
Mahat.
able to hear our conversation so far?
Oh, yes, loud and clear.
What are your thoughts? Who do you disagree with? Who do you agree with? What are the current challenges? Over to you.
Right. Thanks, Mahat. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts with you. I had a little smile on my face when Chu started, and because I thought that I was the only one coming from a breakaway club. And then I heard Chu, and then I heard Tila. So we have 3 breakaway clubs. But I'd like to point out that all 3 clubs, my club, Ara Damansara, and RC Pandamaran, we use lessons learned to build a club that we would be proud to lead. I'm a charter member of the Rotary Club of Alpha Ampang and a 2-term president. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my club so that what I say, you can put what I say in context. The Rotary Club of Alpha Ampang was chartered in 2017. So like the other 2 clubs, we are pretty young. But I like to call it a precocious club because although we were a new kid on the block, we were not rookies. 50% of our charter members were senior Rotarians, PAGs, past presidents, between 3 to 34 years of age, average 20 years. So we had a club built on experienced Rotarians to guide us. So we didn't have teething problems. And I think the lessons that I learned as a Rotary spouse, I wasn't a Rotarian then, as a Rotary spouse for 32 years, helped me very much in my role as president today. Chu brought up a few points about balancing work with family and Rotary. Throwback to 1980s, that was the problem I faced. At that time, my husband and myself, we were at the peak of our career, and we were juggling between work and our family. So one day when he came back and he said, I was asked to join Rotary. I was really very happy. Can we put Rotary into our life on top of career and family? But I soon realized that my anxiety was unfounded, because as RI President Mark Maloney said, Rotary does not compete with family, it actually complements it. So as long as you make time for Rotary, and like Chu said, plan your time properly, you can actually do all three. So don't be afraid, even in the peak of your career, to take on another responsibility as a Rotarian. So at that time that the club that we joined, they actually made spouses very inclusive, welcome, and we enjoyed the fellowship of the club. So the spouses were very happy. A happy spouse makes a happy Rotarian. That's what they say. So, and I think this environment actually contributed to successful membership retention in the club. And I was able to see firsthand the importance of the family of Rotary. And this was actually my message at my installation in 2019. So as you feel welcome, you feel you want to be really part of the club. So I was actively involved in the club. I was actually the administrator of Facebook for 10 years, although I was just a spouse. I was co-editor of souvenir programs, member of the organizing committee of so many club installations, and of the 71st district conference. I was even the attending physician at the district conference. So all these, I built up my experience as a spouse, and this actually helped me in my role as president of this new club. So we call it a new club, but actually we are an experienced club. But at the same time, without going into details, history also taught me what kind of president I don't want to be. So this was from my 32 years of experience as a Rotary spouse. If you press me, I may tell you.
I like that. Okay, I have a question coming up, but please continue. Maybe at the end.
Don't press me. Now, at my installation in 2019, actually a very senior Rotarian, he congratulated me and he heartened me that being president is easy. Most of your work will be done by your board. And he said, enjoy your presidency. I just smiled. Okay, the board of directors, your board of directors is invaluable to you, and we must work as a team. My husband, with PhD Vincent Lim, a Rotarian of 37 years, he advised me that in his experience, the secretary is the most important role in the committee. Okay, I listened. So I made him my secretary. Now, being a president is challenging. And yes, it is stressful at times, but don't let me scare you. Did I enjoy being a president? Yes, I did. Now, my 2 terms as president were very contrasting. The first year was during normal times, so that was not a problem. But the second year was during the COVID pandemic, and these were really difficult and unusual times. You must remember that our members, half the members are senior Rotarians, and they are not particularly IT savvy. So when we had to go on Zoom, it was difficult for them to catch up, especially my Rotary learning modules. But luckily for us, we had a young Rotarian, a new Rotarian, Daniel Wong, who came in and he patiently taught these Rotarians the tricks about Zooming. And we are now Zooming effortlessly. right? My senior Rotarians still like physical meetings. You feel a bit isolated with virtual meetings. So I thought a way of how we could stay connected instead of making every meeting formal and inviting guests and so on. I tried to make one meeting limited to just the Rotary Club of Alpha Ampang, where everybody could let their hair down, speak freely, and the speakers were ingrown. So during these meetings, we had speakers within our club. And this also gave them confidence and exposed them to public speaking. I want to say a little bit about the module learning. At that time, we had to complete the modules. A lot of my Rotarians were not on my Rotary. So there was a target to finish the modules. So I practically for them, did the modules for them, printed the hard copy and sent it to them to read. And that way we were able to complete the training that we were asked to do.
Yeah.
We'll
come back
so
to
that
that
was
because
an
I've got
extra work for the president, right?
I'll come back to you on that. Maybe you can expand on it because I have one more question for you. But I want to go to Padma. Padma,
okay.
there's a question for you, which is,
Yeah.
Padma, how do you get these associations and organizations to work with you? Because I see you guys working with a lot of organizations and it almost seems effortless for you, easy.
Yeah.
So that's why people want to know, how do we do that?
Okay, thank you, Madam Mana. Okay, especially with Jabatan Pembangunan Wanita, JKN, we have LPPKN working with them. We have also the the health departments and the press. Actually, I have to thank to myself first of all because I was engaging with other NGOs. It helps me a lot to bring over to our CRIS. So I have a very good rapport with other government departments. This is one of the opportunity for me to bring over to the CRIS. So we have registered under Jabatan JPW, women's department, and also VJKM. So it's easier for us when we want something. I don't spend much time going to all these departments. I really don't spend. Everybody was thinking that, oh, you have ample of time to do all these things. Actually, I really don't go out. I'm just sitting at one right place and does everything with my smartphone. So I have a very good rapport with, as I said before, with the pengaras. So this is one a plus point for our CRIS to move forward and to bring CRIS to the high level in, I think, at our Paras state, if I'm not mistaken. Muhammad.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Similar to that, right? I want to also invite One, because One is also someone I see actively working with local, government agencies. So One, same question to you. Also, I've got another question. Being a Malay president, how do you attract? There's a question they want to know: how do you get more Malay or Muslims to join Rotary? Are you facing challenges? If I'm not mistaken, your club is the only club in Alostar, right? I mean, what are the challenges when you go out there? Because you work with local agencies as well. Could you just share that part with us in seeking new members from the Malay community and also on the project side as well?
And on the first question, okay, fortunately, Rotary Club Alostar have established a very close contact with the state governments, okay, and among the state government and in between among our members already have a close bonding ties with a few officials that now they are holding our few ESCOs. So now my job and a few others, our members, is just to continue the bondings to create a string of friendships from there with them. Okay, and so far we have almost all agencies in state governments fully aware what is Rotary Club of Al-Star and what we have done. And to the extent Rotary Club of Al-Star been accepted by Sultan of Kedah to become our patrons. So that is one of the what we call big goals for our clubs and also to our members. And then on the second question, to get Malays to join Rotary clubs, okay, quite tough for us, but we're doing our endless activities to show, to portray what we are. Like today, for example, we organized quite a big event at a local Taman, they call it Taman Saga. And the community, almost 80% are Malays, okay. From there, the local we see what we have done. Because some people see our names is only on the board or maybe from the Facebook or maybe from a third party they heard. But today they see from their own eyes what Rotary is all about. Where we, all our members today, wearing our uniforms today, our corporate uniform, and some of them are asking what we have done. Some of them quite naive, do not know what is Rotary all about. And of course, the local says, they said Rotary is lottery starting with L. They thought it's gambling or something like that earlier lah. But from there, we have a face-to-face engagement. I believe that people will start understanding what is Rotary all about, especially the club, at the club level. A lot of people like this, I guess in other states also we see a lot of new NGOs is coming up, surfacing like a mushroom, I guess happening in KL during the MCO times. And then some of them are doing what we call recruiting youngsters to join their so-called NGOs. Actually, they are not registered NGOs, but they're playing using a very powerful Facebook as their main platforms. From there, it attract youngsters, especially the Malay, to be there. Like they like to see action on the field. Like for us at Rotary, we are a structured organization. Certain project we do it very structuredly, but it's not to the extent to reach the what we call some individuals beyond our Rotary wall, where they don't see what we are. We only see certain projects, and then in the end of the day, they do not know what is the Rotary all about. Likewise, other NGOs that we see attract easily the youngsters, especially the Malays in Al-Star, like for example, permission, like Kindness Malaysia. I guess in KL also they have Kindness Malaysia. Easily they just have 30 to 40 volunteers or any project they have done. So this kind of thing where I study what so specialty, to the extent these youngsters is joining them. It's very simple. They like to see action, the youngsters. They like to see what they have done in a Facebook. They like to see their name appear in the news or something like that. So this is what the youngsters are looking for. I hope at the district level, we could have our call a separate session where we could to do in-depth study why the youngsters are joining Rotary is a least option. Maybe we can study that lah. Because I see there are youngsters is no way joining Rotary. Another reason is maybe some of them seeing what inside the members inside Rotary, they see a taboo. Okay, we call it maybe generation gaps, the age factor in between the new guy, the middle, senior guy, and also the super senior guy. Imagine that you put yourself in their chair. Like, let's say you are 30 years old. We are inviting you to come for our meeting, for Rotary meeting, we call it fellowship meeting or something like that. In the first day, you will see the taboo will be there. I think I'm in the wrong house. They might think of that. Of course lah, because they don't see what we are in what we call in a real life now. But looking at the generation gaps, this thing Rotary Club need to fix it, because we need to do something that attract the youngsters to join us. Maybe our Rotary is too structured. We are not loose like other NGOs now. But I see there are some obstacles. We need to have a team to do an in-depth and a research what really the youngsters want before they joining any NGOs. Maybe we can look at like I'm not sure about Lion or something, but I'm seeing few NGOs in Al-Star the new NGOs, easily they snap their fingers, they have many volunteers. This kind of things, where what attract them? So this kind of study we need to do. This is my view.
Thank you, Juan. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to just imagine what the president-elects are thinking right now. I can't see them, but I'm thinking, you know, what is Ajit thinking from KL Diraja, you know? I mean, because we're talking about attracting youth over here. What is going through Adnan's mind as he sits here? What is going through Caroline's mind from Damansara Heights? What's going through Alex's mind from Monkiara? What's going through Hanif's mind from Kampong Baru? And the best person to ask here in the studio is President Tila, because you mentioned you guys implemented almost close to 50 projects in like the last 5 months or so, and a lot of young members. How do you engage? How do you attract? How do you engage new members? What do they want, young members, and how do you, you know, ensure that, you know, they're engaged and they're basically kept on the move and interested to, you know, to remain in Rotary and to even invite most of their friends? Because that's one area I think we have a bit of problem.
Club, what we do is we open up the projects to everyone. So projects should not come from just one person. So everybody puts in ideas. So the young ones give us a different kind of idea.
Okay, so let me stop you for a moment.
All right.
So let's say you're doing a project, Orang Asli project or whichever
All
project.
right.
So you basically take all the projects, or you take all the ideas, and then you call everybody and you do vote. You say what project should we go ahead, or when you already narrow down on one project, then you basically see who all interested and, you know, how you guys going to.
We don't vote on projects. Projects are already decided.
Okay.
Okay, we chip in on the ideas.
Oh, chip in, how to improve, how
Yes.
to implement, how to
So
get it off the
everybody
ground,
has
those
their
kind of
own
things.
different ideas.
Yes.
So we don't say, here you are right or you are right. Everybody is right. Everybody has their own opinion.
Right.
So
I
we
think
bring
that's
that.
helpful. You know why?
Yeah.
And later on, towards the end, I've got a very interesting question. I also want to open up and share a little bit about, you know, some of the things I went through. But you know, the thing is, I think it helps. It works because when you get everyone's input, you know, they've got an interest. They've got a stake in that. You know, they feel that, oh, my president listened to me, right? They care about my opinion. You know, so then it's easy for them to be involved. Rather than when the president says, no, it's okay, I'm just going to go ahead and invite, like, you know, and just send an invitation. Basically, the president has decided on everything.
Yeah.
And then they say, guys, Saturday, show up, 9 o'clock, we're doing this project. So they're not interested, right? They have no stake.
We shouldn't
So I
do
think that's
that,
a very
actually.
good way to really look at it. Now, thank you very much, President Tila. Now I'm going to go back to Dr. Janet. Dr. Janet, you mentioned something very interesting, right? You said husband and wife in the same club, all that. You know, some people might be thinking, you know, can you achieve that? I mean, like having a combo of like husband and wife together in a club. What are the challenges, and you know, does it really work? Is it, you know, something that could, you know, last long, or, you know, at least being in a club together? Yeah. So if you just could elaborate on that. What are the pros and cons, basically, of a husband and wife being together in the same club?
Well, for 32 years, I stayed
Whatever
apart.
year, I mean, but yeah.
So we
Or
just
maybe you
been in the
can
same
share
club.
with us, yeah.
Well, we've been in the club for 4 years, and I think his experience as a Rotarian all these years actually was a real asset to me. So, of course, sometimes he doesn't share my ideas or the pace I do things, but no war, that's okay. So
All right.
we bring the club forward, yes, together.
Interesting. Thank you very much. And overall, I think, yeah, Chu, back to you. Anything you want to add on, or you want to comment on that, like in terms of how you guys, you know, based on your experience?
Yeah, I just want to comment on what Tila was just saying just now. I think what she has, what my club lacks, was that bonding place, and when she invites members, talk and to discuss and to make the projects better. Due to this pandemic, many of my members in my club has held back in terms of meeting up. Yeah, so I don't blame them. Yeah, this is your own safety. So we don't meet in fellowship, in physical, and there's a lot of limitation when we just meet online. Yeah, so things are a lot is actually decided by myself, by the president, and therefore we just execute, and whoever can come, just come. Right. I like what Tila, yeah, she has her own place, and her members are still coming forward, right? And they are young people, they are okay to move forward. So if I have that opportunity, yeah, and my members are ready to meet up, I think that physical fellowship bonds and enhance and improve the quality of the service projects. I think that is something which I would really look forward to post-pandemic. Yeah.
Fantastic. You know, thank you very much, Chiu. I'm going to go back to Dr. Janet because you mentioned something very, very interesting. Dr. Janet, you said, when you shared the experience at one point, right, you said, you know, you looked at the one president and you said, I want to become a better president, right? When you made that decision was sometime around this year when you took office, right? You know,
I didn't say I want to be a better president.
No,
I said,
I mean, like,
it's a kind of president I don't want to be.
oh,
Totally
yeah, the
different.
kind of president you don't want to become, yeah.
Yes,
So,
yeah, that's different.
I mean, it's pretty much the same. One, you're avoiding something, and one is prevention, and the other one is more like something you're looking forward to becoming, you know, a better. You know, I've got a question. You know, right now I think we've got like 3 more months to go. You know, at this stage, if we were to rate the kind of presidents we are, you know, based on what you mentioned, I would never want to be that kind of president. How would we rate ourselves, like from 1 to, you know, between the scale of 1 to 10? I'm going to start with myself first because I was an accidental president at one point, and then suddenly, you know, I was thrown in, and you know, I had to, like, you know, dive in and just, yeah. So everything was moving quite quickly, and towards the end, I looked back, you know, and all the damages I caused, all the things. So I sat down, I said, you know, how would I rate myself? So I would give myself maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5. My members might even give me 3 or less, I don't know. But, you know, but we want to be frank, right? We want to be frank because a lot of good things we mentioned, but we want to look in. This is a question where we can really look in and introspect and think that, you know, on one hand, how would we, you know, really rate ourselves so that we can actually improve in the next 3 months, and even others could learn those lessons. And because we almost have 8 minutes, I'm going to open up for Q&A. You guys out there can also, in Zoom, can ask your questions. PAG Raj will pick it up and share with us. And the next question is, as your Rotary year draws to a close, right, in retrospect, what could you have done differently looking back, given the projects you have done, given all the, you know, that you have done so far, achieved? As your Rotary year draws to a close, what would you have done differently or not done? Up to you. So I'm going to go back to Padma first. President Padma, over to you.
Okay. Okay. You want me to rate, or you want me to? Anything will do.
Whichever question out of the two you choose, you can.
Okay, I would like to rate myself
together or.
Okay, I would like to rate myself 10 over 10. That I have justified enough.
Wow.
That I can give my justification.
Okay. All right.
To the club. I've given my maximum input and output for the betterment of the club. I believe there is. I still yet to achieve a few more things. I still have 3 months. I believe I can achieve. My target was initially 50 projects. When I brought up to my entire team, there was a big surprise. 50 projects, 50. I say this is nothing for me. When I'm in other NGOs, I've done 100 doors, you know, and there was a bit like, okay, let's see what's going on. So I hope, actually we are 45. I think I left another 3 more months. I have around 30 more projects to go, and definitely I will achieve my target. Thanks to my entire team for helping me endless. I hope my next coming president will keep on the track that I have left behind. That is, I think AG is coming over to take over my place. I hope AG Kamarul will do 100, double up my projects. Thank you.
Nice, Padma. Thank you very much. Dr. Janet, same question to you. As your Rotary year comes to a close or draws to a close, in retrospect, what would you have done differently? Yeah, I mean, so that the rest of us could actually learn from that experience.
I don't think I would have done anything differently except to maybe try harder at membership recruitment. I prefer not to rate myself, but I would like to tick the boxes. Have I tried my best? Yes. Have I been able to motivate my club members? Yes. Have I applied the four-way test that I placed so much weight on? Yes, yes, yes. And that was the reason for the breakaway. People who don't observe the four-way test. Have I been fair? Yes. So I would rather rate myself this way than giving myself a number score. So other than doing better in membership recruitment, I think I have done my best.
Thank you, Dr. Janet. Chiu, thank you. Over to you. Same question. As your Rotary year draws to a close, in retrospect, I mean, let's say if you were to, let me put it this way. If you were to turn the clock and now you are March last year and you're about to take office, and looking back, what would you have done differently? Or it could be anything. Mahat, this is what I've done. I loved it, enjoyed it. This is what I recommend. This, not so much. We are looking for that kind of, deep looking within kind of answer. You can take a minute or so.
I don't know how to answer that because I didn't expect COVID-19 to hit his heart.
Of course, yeah.
I think the thing that I have done well is I've adjusted along the way.
Yeah.
The second A, adjusted all along the way. And if I were to turn back the clock, I think I probably will have get my members, if they are more willing to come out, yeah, to give more, involve more in the decision making, yeah, into improving the projects and things like that. A lot of decision, I would say I made myself and a few key members of the board. If I have the chance to push a few the members, yeah, to give more and to come out and their impacts, I think that would be better. That would be great. Yeah.
Tila, same question.
All right. Before coming, I've already rated myself with my members. I told them to rate me.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I told them to rate me. What kind of president? You know, what's my rating towards them? So I got about 8.9.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Obviously, I want to be a 10, but I should be lacking somewhere. So I hope by end of my term, I should get a 10. All right? And what if I could have done if it's not pandemic? Actually, we had a big idea on Kampung Orang Asli. We wanted to actually do a library for them and also some water sanitization. But this can't really happen at this point of time. So these are our setbacks. So, but still working on it, slowly.
Great, thank you, Tila. And let's go to one same question to you. One, if you were to turn back the clock and it's, let's say, March 2020, you know, you have 3 months to take office, you're fresh PE, what would you have, you know, looking back, what would you have either, you know, done different or, you know, improved on, or, yeah, just overall, yeah, what would you have done differently?
Very simple. Firstly, I can't say I can't rate myself. Maybe my perspective is different. I came from different backgrounds of commercial companies. So what I feel that I still did not achieve my target. I didn't achieve my goal. Because it's difficult for me to rate for myself, honestly.
Okay.
Like we've been taught we cannot put ourselves in a basket.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I
it's
can
fine.
say, what I can share with you guys In Rotary, we should be a we. The word we must be there. Okay. And I cannot be there. I maybe may have a different judgment, because we cannot be like Tonto and Tonto and a Lone Ranger or something like that. We must work as a team. Even though we have entire team, not the entire team can support us. Maybe they had their own personal reason, maybe they had some excuses or something, but there is still a team within a team to make sure our project move. Like for example, this is a one I need
Thank
to
you.
share. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We have the last 2 minutes. You know, the reason I asked this question, guys, is that, you know, in these 2 days, we have a lot of great training topics prepared for the incoming presidents and various topics. So this session was supposed to kind of really, you know, while we equip, empower, and prepare the president-elects, this session is supposed to provide them, you know, those you know, insights into, hey, this is what you guys should prepare for. Okay, so we're not trying to scare you, we are trying to prepare you. So in you know, in looking at that, we just wanted to kind of share as presidents some of the things that we could have done better, improved on, because it's not always going to be rosy, it's not always going to be perfect, and obviously people might agree with us, disagree with us, all that. So those kind of challenges. So when they take office as well, they do the same, so that, you know, they'll be like, you know what, maybe this is what I can do, improve. Maybe I can be the change I want to see in the club, in the district, and so on. So looking within. So, but hey, you tried to answer that part, and thank you very much. And so yeah, so that's it. I hope this was as fun, as exciting for you as it was for me, and I'm sure for you as well. Yeah, you liked it, Tila?
Yes, of course.
Fatma, Dr. Janet, Juan. Thank you so much. It's been really a great pleasure to be with you all. To to be a panelist and share this, have this conversation with you. And thank you all for joining us. And over to you, MC Warren. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the Pre-PETS training seminar. Goodbye.
We've been here before, fighting the problems that fight back. But we can shift the status quo, because we see opportunities where others see obstacles. We're change makers and problem solvers, uniting over 1 million minds to address complex issues facing communities around the world, including yours. With passion and purpose, we've led the efforts to put an end to polio. Now eradication isn't just possible, it's plausible. Every day we're investing in a new generation of leaders so we can continue to provide access to clean water, tackle global health concerns, support education, and build the foundations of peace across borders. We're working together as partners and professionals while making friendships that last a lifetime. We're Rotary, and there's no limit to what we can do.
Thank you, Mahat. Thank you, Presidents. That was really interesting. Yeah, very nice. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Very exciting presenters with very interesting presentation. Now, I would like to recap a little bit on what happened here from this morning. So we had our Governor Theo welcomed us, and in his message, he spoke about how the job of club president is the truly most important and challenging but fulfilling position. I repeat, most important, challenging, but fulfilling position in Rotary. So he also went on by assuring that your journey as a club president will be very fulfilling and fun-filled only if you put your heart and mind into it. So remember, guys. Then we had our incoming Governor Bindi sharing her vision by starting with the 4 bold credo. Dream big, grow more, do more, serve to change lives. And also she emphasized on the presidential goals, yeah? Number 1, on membership. Each one bring one to hit the 1.3 million target and minimum 2 clubs. Number 2, on service. Initiatives on the area of empowering girls and clubs are challenged to do a Rotary Day of Service. Clubs are challenged to do Rotary Day of Service. And that was interesting. Third one on giving was RI set a goal for Polio Plus, and each club is expected and encouraged to donate at least, and I mean at least, US 1,500 towards this initiative. Bindi also spoke about your priorities, increase impact on your ability to measure impact, expand reach. You need to diversify and showcase our brand, enhance engagement. Think of how best you could deliver our values. Ability to adapt, and the word adaptability is coming very prominently many of times, yeah? With new ideas for continuity. Then came Karthi. Karthi spoke on new normalcy. He started off by asking a very simple question: business as usual or not? How we used to do training and how now we've changed, and it is contagious. What is? The change itself, of course. He also emphasized on how you, the incoming presidents, are the real change makers. Karthi then gave a recap of the many trainings done thus far. Also remember, yeah, you need to complete the 11 modules in the Rotary Learning Center by tomorrow. Karthi also spoke on the governor's plans and goals, remembering the 7 goals that he spoke about, yeah? And for these district-initiated projects, ideas, and events, clubs can straight away adopt it, champion it, yeah? Adopt it, and champion it. Very interestingly said. The Pride of Workmanship Award by Vocational Service was nicely done, where they spoke about the successful KTMB project that was done in Rotary year 2017 and 2018. But more importantly, the very straightforward project that they introduced this year with PDRM, Police Diraja Malaysia. 1 plaque, 1 station, 1 recipient. So what you need to do is you just have to share this with your club members, engage them, and nominate 1 police station, and work on the cost and budget. That's it. Elvin Theo came by, and he made all of us cry by his very touching stories and projects that he have done. Yeah, I like the one thing that he said, which stuck in my mind. Where you stand is the patch you need to change the world. You don't need to go far. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the place. Then the climate conference, Hug a Tree, and Rotary Peace Park by Dages, District Action Group on Environmental Sustainability. They spoke again about a very straightforward initiative. And you just have to follow the task and keep track on the deadlines. 1, climate conference. Attend and witness the Memorandum of Understanding signing. 2, Rotary Peace Park. Suggest a plan, pay a visit, and utilize the park for your club events. 3, adopt a tree via the application, create projects on planting trees, and save the park. When we started just now after lunch, Samantha came and spoke about the point of context and the mode of communication. If you can't remember any of those, do not worry, go back to your assistant governors, they'll be able to help you. And from the district governor's visit, booking the governor till the goal setting was all given to you just now. Arvind then came by to speak about the financial matters, of course. Then Tajul came with his team, sharing on the Rotary Day of Service. He explained what Rotary Day is. In one sentence, if I were to say it, it's this: show who you are by fulfilling current needs to the community within our vicinity. So Taju also introduced the Mission 117 here. You still remember 117? 117 hours of service marathon celebrating the 117th year of Rotary. He also shared the timeline and how to participate. Then came Mahat. He came with his panel discussion, panelists, yeah, on the panel discussion with the current presidents. Was definitely mind-blowing, I would say. I'm sure all you can relate to, yeah. Whatever that they shared, very much we have been going through. Some very loud messages from the incoming presidents were this. Remember that you are not alone. You can go to the district for help, but you may go to the assistant governors first. Or you can speak to your senior members, provided they are able to and have the desire to keep your club together, not to those who wants to split the club. As presidents, do not take sides. Be humble, be transparent, enjoy being a president, and make others around you joyful too, yeah? Never ever hurt any of your club members, and if you ever lose track, remember, go back to your four-way test. Now, remembering all this, just be mindful that these goals are extremely, and I repeat, extremely achievable. So you need to start sharing this message to your club members and start planning. So that's it. Tomorrow, Prepats Day 2 is going to happen. We will have yet a lot more interesting topics with excellent presenters waiting for you. Remember to use the same link, ladies and gentlemen. Join us about 15 minutes before the session, and we will start 10 a.m. sharp. Ladies and gentlemen, bye for now, and be safe.